So, here's a screen we haven't seen in a very long time. Hello and welcome back to the left side of reality. This is your host as always, Snow the First. Last time, we finished up Kumitantai for the time being, and I was debating with myself what I wanted to do. And then I realized we technically had this bit of unfinished business. Now, last time we streamed Lobotomy Corporation, we finished the main scenario, and that would normally be good enough, except there's one more cutscene we need to see, and in order to earn it, we have to flesh out the rest of the codex we missed the first time. So one thing I will say, this stream may intentionally be on the shorter side, just because I'm warming back up to Lobotomy Corporation, and I don't want to go too much. Barely coming back. But let's take a look at what we have. We have a new crew of new faces. And for abnormalities, we have Letitia. We have this one we technically never saw before. This and this are also new technically. And then we have a smattering of question marks. And it is these question marks that we shall be focused on today. So, who are all these question marks that we have to deal with? Let's find out. Okay, what have we got up here? There's Letitia. Oh, that's Nameless Fetus over there. And then that's, we can change anything. Warm-Hearted Woodsman. Ay. So that's that area. Over here we have, you'd think I'd remember the name because it was just the focus of a Walpurgisnacht relatively recently. Alrune, that's what it is. Alrune's up here. Here's Old Lady. Okay, over here. Grave of the Cherry Blossoms, Forsaken Murderer. Over here is Giant Tree Sap. Der Freischütz, Redult of the Sleigh. Melting Love, oh dear. Notes from a crazed researcher, which may actually seem to see some use today, given what we have to deal with. Let's see. Schadenfreude over here. Meat Lantern. Yeesh. And this is the one responsible for everyone being all scrambled up. And the abnormality that's going to close out the bonus streams. Plague Doctor. When he moves, everything else moves. Which means the facility is never the same from one day to the next. Because that's just what we needed, more stress. Anyways, over here we have Firebird. And lastly, we have Singing Machine and Big and Will Be Bad Wolf. Now, some of these abnormalities we're not even going to touch, or at least not do that much with. In fact, let's have that be this week's stream. Mostly a bunch of showcases of why a lot of these abnormalities were not touched the first time. So, first of all, this guy that I did everything in my power to avoid. This is one of those abnormalities that need absurdly specific stats. And if you don't have the stats, you can't work with it no matter what. If I were to say, try to send someone to try and work on it, since we're not keeping this day anyways, I may as well fast forward. So how has everyone been recently? Wait, he... Whoops. What do you call it when you can't even fail correctly? Okay. But this was about showing the fail state, so... It would be Tom, since his fortitude is 1 higher. At least I believe that's what it is. I don't actually remember what Singing Machine's fail state is right off the bat. Okay, but yeah, that's a good demonstration. All it takes is for one stat to be out of whack, and you go from a that happens. I thought it was supposed to play music now. Damn it, you grinded an agent and you didn't even do what I wanted you to do. Oh, I forgot I was doing that. Okay, then I'm going to stop once the person actually gets in the machine. What bug? Sigh. Oh, all kinds of funny things are happening. It's at normal speed now, so where the hell is this music I was promised? Okay, but that's Singing Machine in a nutshell. Huh? Who are you fighting against? Oh my god. Tom, I know you're having a bad time right now, or Vincent, but I need you to be completely healthy because I have work for you to do. Schadenfreude. The best one with you is, suppression. Not that it matters since we're getting it wrong on purpose. We remember our friend Burrowing Heaven from the main storyline run. This is the exact opposite. The fail state for this one is to look at it while you're working. And likewise, to succeed, you only have to not look at it. Schadenfreude actually has a bit of a history in PM lore beyond this game, though. In the pages of the Virgilius book Leviathan, he squared off with the ring at some point. Yep. Just automatically breaks out, and has that happened? The thing is, the rule of looking versus not looking still applies, even with this, even while it's out and about. So if I were to say, for example, take my control team and just order it on Schadenfreude. As soon as they get over there, we need only look away, and it can no longer do anything. Okay, but yeah, while this is happening, like I was saying, Virgilius was facing off against a maestro of the ring, and something rather interesting happened with that. Through events that I'm not 100% clear on, the maestro of the ring first distorted. Is Schadenfreude dead yet? No, not yet. The maestro of the ring that Virgilius was facing first distorted, but kept fighting, and then apparently the distorted maestro hit some state that was even beyond distorted, and spawned / turned into an abnormality. And the abnormality it turned into was none other than Schadenfreude here. Oh, is no one fighting Schadenfreude because they're all dead? Oh no, wait, there's still some people there. But yeah, that event, which as far as we know is still canon to Project Moonlore, definitely sparked a lot of speculation on the true nature of people versus abnormalities. So that makes Schadenfreude just ever so slightly more special compared to the average abnormality. Okay, Schadenfreude's down. The other story I actually have with Schadenfreude involves someone I actually watched a while ago. But before I do that... Oh, I'm guessing the clerks are still going out and about or something. Or have the hypnotized clerks been put down? I think they have been. The next one is a rather more infamous one, Meat Lantern. Another one of the... The hell is happening to Mirabelle? We're doing badly on purpose. A deceptively tough pet abnormality, where if you work at it... They escape. And Meat Lantern will now spawn somewhere in the facility. We aren't entirely sure 100% where. Oh wow, that was fast. Now if you see these teeth area, that's the range. If you step into this, you will probably die. Similar to King of Greed, I think. Meat Lantern does so much damage that... Yeah, 500 red damage. The circumstances with which you survive that are way too niche. But it does have a very specific weakness, and that is ranged weapons. So who do we have that's ranged around here? My only ranged person is currently uncontrollable. What the hell? Oh, we have Fourth Match Flame over here. And Delaney. Paul. Noah. That's probably overkill at this point. More clerks just walking into the area. to get munched. Boy, it's a good thing we don't have any death-sensitive abnormalities around here, huh? All you have to do is have a ranged weapon, and Meat Lantern is significantly less of a threat. Okay, what do I want to show off next before I reset this day? There's... I guess I could show Nameless Fetus and we can change anything, and then this. Yeah, basically just go sweep over the control team stuff, and then reset. I don't think it matters what we do because everyone's above range. So, I believe this only has one Clypoth counter. So you work at it once. If you don't have the right attachment, it'll go down. So we are getting a bunch of boxes, which is nice. But we've also activated our instant death trap. So if, say, we were to send that same person, I think it was Adam? Yeah, Adam. If we were to send Adam back to Warm-Hearted Woodsman, he just dies instantly, and then Woodsman escapes. Oof, that axe actually hurts a bit. Now, this is a tool I spent all my time avoiding for a very specific reason, because it does only one thing, and that's kill agent. Like that's literally all it does. If we were to send Paul over here, he steps in and then he dies. What I'm going to do with this one is something like this isn't a half bad idea, actually. Make a nugget or two that's like high red. Yeesh. You wanted to get infinite energy with portrait and this thing, and it didn't quite work out. Anyways, my idea was to grab a nugget or two with red high HP and red armor and just kind of chuck it at this thing here to try and fill it out as much as possible. We need a minute 40 for that. And last but not least for our day of failure, the Nameless Fetus. The thing about this one is that if you don't get a good, it'll start crying and deplete the Clypoth of anything in the area. So if you can get goods consistently, it in theory shouldn't be a problem. But that's just it. You really can't control if you get a good. Sometimes the boxes just flip out of your favor. What's the range on good for you? Actually. 14 to 18. Okay. Might choose someone on the lower side of attachment then. I don't think such an agent exists. I did power level everyone as much as possible. So there's a bunch of people that actually have like semi-decent stats. It's really the armor where they're failing a bit. Yeah, everyone's like fairly good for what they are. Incidentally, I did the mirror trick off screen. I think that's the lowest I've seen so far. At 70 is the lowest we have on hand. I might do another off-screen grinding day, but I've already done so much off-screen grinding just to even reach this point. So, while we're waiting for this to happen, what order do you think it's good to tackle these unknown abnormalities? Like, which to do first and which to do later? Okay, yeah, already a medium, just like that. One short. Huh. It didn't cry. Interesting. Uh-oh. Is it that thing where I'm too good? Oh, insight. Insight's what we want. But yeah. All of these have to be done eventually, but I don't think I want to do them all in one day. About Singing Machine. I don't think I have anyone that's ready for Melting Love. Does it trigger the kill effect as soon as an agent crosses the threshold into, say, 4 fortitude within a day? I hate you. Okay, so just purely based on the number. Uh-oh, everyone's too good to botch this. This is the problem. Fortitude and was the other one repression? Like 3 fortitude, 3 repression? You know what? I might actually just look that up because this is important information. Yeah, temperaments. And you saw that we don't have anyone below 3 in temperaments. What's it take? Okay, so anything except instinct is a no-no. I'm gonna try one more time, and if we still don't do it, I might just end the day here. Because I did say I didn't want to go on for too long. But yes, I am thinking of the order I want to do things in. Which specific abnormalities I want to try and max out once I reset. Jeez, finally. So yes, it begins crying like a baby, and that lowers Clyfoth in the area. So Warm-Hearted Woodsman's already down to 0. Grave of the Cherry Blossoms will probably drop. Forsaken Warrior 2. Forsaken Murderer 2. And deal white damage. So how do you stop this? Well, to stop it, you have to select work. It's gonna roll this wheel. And it picks someone. And the person in question seems very distressed by this. The reason why is that whoever gets picked on this roulette gets instantly eaten. Now, if you're in a place where you have a lot of clerks, it should at least only get a clerk, but it is also possible to get an agent. Okay, that's enough of this day where we're doing everything wrong on purpose. Oh god, what happens if it grabs a disciple of White Knight? Oh god, everything's scrambled again. Okay, whatever department that Warm-Hearted's in, I'm basically gonna do the TQ method, where I'm just gonna take a person, lower their temperaments, and then just go from there. Is 2 good, or should I lower it to 1 to be safe? Because similar to the TQ method, they'll be on Warm-Hearted duty for the whole day. Okay, I don't particularly care what ego you get. Congratulations! I think you're red damage, so... let's say... Oh, I need temperaments 3 for that. God damn it. A grinder mark 4, then. And for your weapon, what does Control already have? black, red, white, white, a second black maybe. Take a green stem. Oh, you need higher temperaments. How is that twice I've run into that? Something more powerful than that. Letitia. I don't think we... Yeah, I was giving everyone kind of mint armor on purpose. I forget why, though. Yeah, that was probably it. The problem is that A-Lift gear all requires 5 in the stat 2. Yeah. Everyone's level... I would say at least we can throw them in Evolve. One person. We can throw one person in Evolve for now. Wait. You take Crimson Scar just because. Keep our Galaxy because that's actually kind of interesting. Okay, what's a white resistance fob we can do? Spore. Try to have like one of each type scattered around. You also keep your weapon because I've seen how useful it is firsthand. Take a Heaven. I hope no one heard that. It's 4th of July tomorrow, which means we have fireworks happening. Okay. Cedric, you are doing this until further notice. Okay. Since we've seen how good everyone is with Nameless Fetus, gonna try to send someone that has the lowest risk of failure. You, maybe? No, Paul. Paul's probably best. And now for the other event. Who else has 3 in Fortitude? You, but that's mainly because, Woodsman does white damage? Oh god, you're my only... I guess you're just on singing machine duty until further notice. Or at least until you get the gift, because once you get the gift, you're done. And then we could literally just send anyone to Shonda and Troy. In fact, I could take the excuse to do some justice grinding. And then this is just going to be the routine until further notice. That's probably what these bonus streams are going to be like. Focusing on a specific set of abnormalities, filling out their codexes one by one. So, like, for example, on another day, we'll tackle all Rune and other people that are down there. Firebird's probably not going to be until we do, like, significant off-screen grinding. Oh, I should probably have someone take a sip of the nectar here. So, you first. Tom, you have low justice right now. What do you suggest we work with instead, then? Because I want to be making some progress on these abnormalities that are a mystery. Actually, Lantern might not be a terrible idea, because we have plenty of red ranged weapons. That is a thought. No, I see what you're saying. They can get crunched. Okay, yeah, I understand. In that case, I might do other stack grinding. Okay, from here on out, we have to make sure that the agent doesn't have that cheek mark before doing work. Which can happen. Once we do, they're out for the day. Anyone else on the lowish side of justice? 59. Great. What I could do is see what kind of stat grinding I could do while I'm here. His repression isn't really great, neither is your fortitude. Could send you to some... Could try to patch that up. Who was that? That was Adam. Who in this area is good for fortitude? Well, Nameless Fetus, but other than that, no. Okay, we already only need 16 to do Woodsman. So we can already almost leave Woodsman alone. Okay, what's yours? Also 18. We're also almost done with you. Interesting. What about you then? Six times 6 is... yeah, not quite done with you yet. No cheek mark yet that I can see. Okay, and we're already done with Woodsman because we don't really need... or... would you say the armor is worth it for Woodsman? Now, see, you might be wondering why I avoided so many of these abnormalities for so long if, it's relatively not a big deal. Cherry Blossoms is done. I ended up doing that one off screen. Because it's a tech. Okay, I want this. There's a thing about the Harmony gun that makes it not worth it, right? Because we do have access to it. Yeesh. At least for the rest of the day, I don't want to mess with Singing Machine if I can at all help it. Did Piper already do a round of... They did. But their justice is very low, so more couldn't hurt. Yeah, they seem to have... No, you're doing something else, so yeah. Piper is the one that needs a big boost to their justice. Speaking of which, I wanted to... Well, really, the only... Even if it's only pet, the only person I have that's like... We need, another red grinding one. So for Meat Lantern, how do I make it so that they survive the chomp? Besides mimicry. Because 500 red damage is no joke. Oh, so mimicry by it. I understand. You know what? I might just send you to grind temperaments and fortitude off of Letitia here. Oh, Green Noon. Ew. Green Noon. It's coming up. That's what I mean. You know what? I think I might actually send someone else from information for this one here. Just to be safe. Yeah, this one. And then this one down here can be taken care by the other person. Just because I really do not want the Cryphox to be lowered on those abnormalities specifically. Where are we on these right now? Okay, so 120 for that one, and the 120 for that one, if I have my maths right. Anyways, I was doing something else, wasn't I? I was attachment grinding this guy because he doesn't have enough. Hyper, you keep grinding your justice and also grinding this guy's equipment. And I suppose Vincent can keep on keeping on as long as he doesn't have to cheat. I guess the issue is that once the day ends, all the people we're making to deal with specific abnormalities will officially no longer count for those abnormalities. So I would have to make whole new agents for it. Second question. Can this facility, untested as it is, survive Green Noon? Well, attachment isn't exactly the highest work, but it's the one this guy needs to grind on, so it's where we are. This really is the facility of me taking the lessons I learned previously and applying them to this new playthrough. Not that it doesn't mean things still can't go wrong, but at the very least, I'm no longer as in the dark as I was when all this started. Kind of want one of these, at the very least. This looks interesting. And what about you? No, not even enough for one yet. Still no cheek. Good question. I believe last I heard about that court case, they actually ruled that the characters created specifically for Wonderlab couldn't be claimed by the author since they were basically published to be featured in a Project Moonwork. Like, I forget the exact logic, but it was that the creator couldn't just hoard the characters of Wonderlab. Oh, the dune happened and I wasn't paying attention. Oh, hi. This could be a problem. Okay, before we unpause, what's our situation? Okay, you're down there. You're not the best agent I have, but you have somewhat decent stats. Might send you to run away for the meantime. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, everyone you are Redweek. You need to get the fuck away. Who else is in this area? Piper is, but you're down in Schadenfreude. Oh, training has 2 of them. I have an idea. Or no, cancel that move order. This area might actually be kind of okay-ish. No, I know better than that. Green Moon is just not something you mess with. Well, I think what I might need to do is group everyone together. Kind of make a safe spot. Like, group everyone in information for right now. They might get hit a bit, but they'll probably live. Okay, it looks like no one got that hurt. One strategy is to basically have everyone do a facility-wide death ball on any green noon that dares get close. Especially since they have that cooldown period. The good news is that we don't have to worry about clerks anymore. I can just leave them to die. God, I don't remember when was the last time I panicked this much over an ordeal. I had, in fact, reached a point where ordeals actually weren't that much of an issue. There was a point where I could, in fact, handle anything the game threw at me. It feels like so long ago. Although this is showing me that the green the green noon is easy-ish to avoid if you don't have any clerk-loving abnormalities. Interesting. They don't really actively chase anything. They just kind of mill around. What is that on your chest, Cedric? Oh, I'm guessing that's the gift from Woodsman. Well, it's something. Okay, that is much better on that fortitude. I'll also gotta... That's what I want to see. Definitely need to work on your justice more when I can. 45 to 71, that's to be expected. And you leveled your temperaments all the way to 5 just from that. Because you worked on the same dude all day. what do you get? Queen bee, Shylock, Porcubus, Llanto de la Luna, Wall Gazer, or Lady Facing the Wall. Should we grab it just because it's new? No, because it's a pet. Funeral of Dead Butterflies, Child of the Galaxy, Scarecrow searching for wisdom. Of course, it's not gonna appear when we need it. Abnormalities never appear when you actually go looking for them. Red Eyes. We still have a bunch of loose teeth that we haven't gotten, is the problem. We don't need Spider Bud, except for the part where we do it for the Codex. Ooh, Dream of a Black Swan. Would now be the time to finally grab it? I remember seeing it several times and wanting it, but the time was never right for it. Okay, you're finally gonna be in the facility. Let's see if we can't pick up Dreaming. Oh, these are tool abnormalities. Never mind. Are we missing any tools at this point that we haven't gotten already? I guess the question is, what tool would be best for our current setup? Dreaming backward clock is really only useful for Bina. Skin Prophecy is for censored. Portrait is kind of... I would say behavior adjustment, since it's at least a boost. Yeah, there's a death condition, but we shouldn't be reaching it. Where are you going with this? Ah, yes. Angela and her dumb cactus. And we're actually going to wrap up here because I did say I wanted a shorter stream today. Now that I have a general lay of the land, next time is going to be a more traditional long stream as we continue to work out the Cedric, since we don't need you there anymore, you can hop on down to Central Command. Everything's all scrambled again. And this is Dream of a Black Swan. It is very odd. But we find out what it does next time. So how do I test if Theresia heals the entire... That is absurdly specific. How do I test if Theresia heals everything or not? The answer seems to be it only heals the part half it's in. Because I see the green sprinkles of Maritza there, but not the upper layer. Well, I would say we accomplished some things today, but we could have accomplished more. So let's try and make a more productive stream when possible. We're back in Lobotomy Corporation, and we aren't getting out until we get 100% on the Codex. God help us all. See you all next week.